Hello and welcome to... Sorry, my dog is barking. Hello and welcome back to KARAKARA, where in the last episode, we got a nice booty shot of Isia cleaning the floor, and we played some video game... What the fuck did I just tell you? Oi! Sorry about that. So without further ado, let's continue. Right, off we go then. I told Lucy about the plan to stop by the radio tower. Colin says she's coming today, so we'll try to make it back as early as possible. Are we doing the Isia route? Yeah, I think you're right. The only time the two of us ever had alone together in the car before was the time that we went looking for Lucia. You've never seen the thing up close? You didn't go take a look when you first came here? True, in that situation, finding a place to sleep and work would come first. The radio tower is, well, a pretty mysterious structure. I mean, first of all, no other town has one. I see. To Isia, the unknown is something to be excited about. What about me? When did my excitement for the unknown run dry? Such thoughts cross my mind as I stare out into the distance where the road meets the sky. After finishing deliveries, we head straight for the radio tower. North of the town, only a few minutes by car, the tower sits atop a small patch of high ground. Right? I was pretty awed by it the first time, too. Yeah, it's been a long time since I last saw the radio tower, but it feels as unique as ever. A massive spire of steel nearly 100 meters tall, it exudes an aura of presence unlike anything else. Jumbled assortments of metallic debris cling to it here and there haphazardly. Currently, it started out as a simple metal tower, but successive trial and error attempts at improving the signal quality resulted in the appearance we see now. Who knows, maybe even there's a mystery. Maybe even that's a mystery then. Our infrastructure rests upon a foundation of things whose workings none of us can be responsible for. It is not only our communication systems, our electricity, sewage systems, and even some of our factories are dependent on lost technologies. Many of those lost technologies are irreplaceable. Once we lose them, they are gone for good. Whatever went wrong with the radio tower this time, for example, may have put it to rest forever. At the base of the tower is the radio station with an attached studio. Nobody else has broadcasting equipment after all. We take a look at the bulletin board outside the broadcast booth. Looks like they haven't managed to fix it yet. Right across from the broadcast booth is a large machine connected directly to the tower. A group of people who look like staff members are gathered by the machine, presumably trying to fix it. They say it's another one of the relics that survived the disaster. It's a communication device. Though both are relics, this is much bigger than the TV and video games we were playing with yesterday. It is rare to see a relic of this size anywhere in the world. The thing is, we know how to use them, but once they break down like this, it's really hard to fix them. Yeah, that's why they're trying to analyze videos and when it was working and figure out how to fix. That's why we're trying to analyze videos of when it was working and figure out how to fix it. To the side of the big machine, the group of people are watching a video on a monitor. It is difficult to tell from this distance, but they seem to be watching an explanatory video on the functions of this device. I guess they haven't figured out how to fix it yet. Like Isia said, there are no happy expressions on the faces of the people gathered around the monitor. The radio DJ ventures to ask them about the situation.
ダメだね。何がどうなってるのか。これを見ただけじゃわけがわからないよ。
早く番組を再開したいんですけどね。
気持ちはわかるが、直せる見当がつきゃしないさね。
A number of engineers are working at the machine, but the situation does not look good. All of them have their arms folded and their brows furrowed. This looks like it's going to take a while. What do you say we come back later? Huh, Isia. When I turn back, Isia is no longer at my side. Instead, she is right in front of the monitor. Mixed in with the engineers and staff members, she nods as she watches the video.
どなたです？
お嬢ちゃん、こんなの見て楽しいかい？
はい、見たことない道具が動いてるの楽しいです。
What is that girl doing? With a sigh, I walk towards Isia. Come on, Isia, we're leaving.
あともうちょっと。
Fine. Though Isia is watching with intense curiosity, I grab her arm and forcibly pull her away. They're not playing a video game. We shouldn't be distracting them.
はーい、ごめんなさいです。
You sure are curious about things, though, aren't you? Her curiosity is not limited to the radio tower. In fact, whenever something so much as stirs in her view, she always runs over to take a look.
私の住んでいたところはすごい田舎でしたから。
Really? Oh, he took the words right out of my mouth. I thought our restaurant was already in the middle of nowhere. How much more rural can things get?
一番困ったのは電気ですね。
Electricity?
なんと明かりがつかなくなる日が時々あるんですよ。
Oh, that's pretty rough. That happens to us, so you might as well close up shop for the day. We do any actual cooking with gas, so that is fine. But losing the oven and the fridge would make it impossible to do business.
だから電気が自由に使えるってだけでもびっくりなんです。
Yeah, it certainly would be if that's the kind of lifestyle you had. Wait, is there like gas reserves or something? Because how the fuck are you fueling that car? Still, I hadn't expected her to dash off into the crowd of staff members. Am I seriously going to have to give her the "Don't follow scary strangers" lecture? Isia suddenly cries out.
ちょっと止めてください。
What? You mean the car? I stopped the car as requested. As soon as I do, Isia opens the door and dashes out. Isia? What in the world is going on? Bewildered, I run after Isia. Isia? Once I catch up to her, I immediately realize why she wanted to stop. This is indeed the kind of thing that you can't ignore once you see it.
大丈夫ですか？暑かったですよね。
Isia is gently cradling a small puppy. The poor thing must have been abandoned. Pretty awful thing to do. The amount of dog food and water in the nearby cardboard box seems like a cruel joke than an apology. The one saving grace is that he hasn't been here for very long. I doubt he'd even last a day at this rate.
この子、ここでずっと一人だったんでしょうか。
Probably. Not a good thought. I have no idea what the owner was thinking, or what reasons there might have been, but this is not an acceptable outcome.
今ちょっとだけ泣きました、この子。
That's good. It's still strong enough to bark.
すぐにお水とご飯と、あとは日陰に入れてあげてって。
At this point in the sentence, Isia realizes something and looks up at me. Oh, I've seen this somewhere before. The look in her eyes is apologetic, but also compelling. From where I stand, it's like two puppies staring back at me. Haha, absolutely not. Yes, we can. We'll take it back with us and take care of it. My preemptive answer brings about an almost comical change in Isia's expression.
私世話します。絶対に私がこの子の面倒を見ますから。
Whoa, not so fast. I said we'll take it back. If we're keeping it at home, then we'll all be taking care of it. We can't have you hogging all the responsibilities now, can we?
ありがとう、レ
Come on, let's hurry and go home. There are plenty of things we have to get ready after all.
オン。あ、はい、そうでした。
Icy looks at the puppy.
よかったね。帰るところができましたよ。
Her gaze is tender, like that of a mother. We're back!
ただいまでーす。
二人ともお帰り。ってあれ、ちっちゃいお客様がついてきた。
We are back at the restaurant on schedule. Colin is going to show up later in the evening. The day has been fairly slow, so we put out the fully reserved sign and close up. Soon, night falls. Colin appears at the door a little later than she promised. Before we even get to ask, she tells us she'll explain why she's late afterward. That makes me slightly uncomfortable. I wonder if something happened.
アイシア・メイフィールドです。よろしくお願いします。
カレン・ランカスターだ。よろしく。
First, the two of them exchange greetings. Though we mentioned each of them in a conversation with each other before, this is their first time meeting in person.
レオンは強運だな。こんな人の来ない田舎で食堂をやってるくせに、従業員は可愛い子ばかりじゃないか。
Yeah, I'll give you that. I really hit the jackpot with these two girls. They're both terrific.
私ひょっとして褒められちゃったんですか？レオン、いきなりそんなこと言うと恥ずかしいってば。
I can't help but smile at the stark contrast between their reactions.
その上3人目の女の子までとはな。賑やかなことだ。
What do you mean?
表に繋いでた子犬のことだよ。
あれ？あの子って女の子だったんだ。
I see, it never occurred to me to check.
確認したけど、ちゃんとついてなかったぞ。
I feel like you're glossing over the question of why you even checked in the first place, but sure. And so the puppy is now living with us. Life has a way of keeping things interesting.
しかし、これだけ料理もうまいってことは、昔からずっと家でも料理をしていたってことか？
Cullen showers Icy as cooking with praise.
ここに来てから勉強しました。
それでこれってすごすぎない？
Cullen is clearly having trouble comprehending what she just heard. Trying to explain will probably be more troubling than it's worth, so I attempt to change the subject. On that note, how come you were late today?
おお、そうだそうだ。その話をしようと思ってたんだ。
Mission complete, subject change successful.
どうも最近忙しくてね。今日だって外回りの当番を回されそうになって逃げてきたんだ。
What's keeping everyone so busy?
前にあった騒動が再燃してね。その火消しというか説明に追われていた。
何の騒ぎだったんですか？
前に会った時も言ったじゃないか。例の異人騒ぎだよ。
異人？
Alright, Icy doesn't know about it.
この辺り一帯に夜になると現れる不審者の噂が立っているんだよ。
A suspicious person lurking around doesn't sound like it would cause so much commotion. Sagme Francisco has a population made up of all sorts of races and backgrounds. It would be such a surprise to nobody that the town contains its fair share of strange and curious people whose identities are shrouded in mystery.
私もそのつもりだったんだけどな。これが厄介なことに研究も絡んできちゃってね。
Oh no, the research. Research, huh? That does make it unlikely to be a simple case of some creeper going on midnight prowls.
故に警察官であって研究者でもある私は延々と家に帰れない日々が続くわけね。
In addition to being police officer, Cullen is also part of a research team that investigates the history of this region. By looking into how our world came to be, they hope to understand more about it and apply their learnings to bettering our current lives. It's actually a pretty important job. Did you figure something out then?
いや、まだ噂レベルでしかない。でも一応気に留めておいた方がいいだろうと思ってな。かつて起こった最悪。 それについて知らない人間はいないだろう。
We don't know when or why it happened. All we know is that it happened. The disaster definitely happened. It is a fact that every person in this world, regardless of their race or origin, knows about.
断片的な情報ではあるが、真相は闇に包まれていたこの最悪に新たな可能性が見出されたんだ。
新たなですか。
ある一族がその発端に深く関わっていたらしい。
The humans. Cullen downs the beer mug in one hand, then continues.
それが吸血鬼の一族だ。
Oh. Vamp.
吸血鬼。
ああ、かつてヨーロッパと呼ばれていた東の大陸に血を求めて聖者を襲う死者たちの王たる種族がいると言われていた。彼らは闇に紛れ獲物を探しさまよい歩き、そして捕らえると噛みついて血を吸っていたらしい。
They sound like they popped straight out of a novel. Lucia shudders.
とはいえだ、ご存知の通り今の私たちの世界に吸血鬼なんてのはいない。残されたビデオソフトやゲームの中にいる想像の産物だ。
Yeah, I find it hard to believe they exist.
私だってそう思っていた。ところがな、東の方にいる連中からの連絡で何でもその一族の生き残りってのがいるらしいという情報が入った。吸血鬼の集団、吸血族だが、そいつらが本当に血を吸うのかすら私たちには分かっていない。そしてその中の一人が夜な夜な街をさまよい歩いている。そんな噂が立っているんだ。
Which led to all that talk about the others.
その通りだ。血まみれの赤い棺桶や深夜の徘徊、言われれば吸血鬼っぽいと思わないか。
Cullen's words send shudders through us. I have no idea what they're up to, but just the thought of someone prowling the streets night after night is creepy enough.
モールの配達怖くなっちゃった。
We should watch our backs while we're walking somewhere dark. Fear is always the first response to such news. Lucia and I look at each other, slightly exchanging an agreement to be extra careful from now on. Isia, you should be more care. Right as I turn around and start talking, I'm cut off. Isia timidly raises her hand.
その吸血鬼、多分私のことです。
I had a hunch.
はい。でも昼でも行動しますし、獲物を探したりもしませんけど。え？
What are you talking
そのま
about?
まです。ひねりなしです。
すまん。もう一回言ってくれないか。
ですから、その吸血鬼ってのが私なんですよ。だってその赤い棺桶引きずってとか。
Her suitcase.
それスーツケースです。赤いですし。
And the whole wandering thing?
最初ここへ来た時、夜な夜なあちこちをさまよってたもので。
でも最近も目撃例があるんだぞ。
夜眠れない時にこっそり散歩してたことがあるんです。つまりそれは私なんですね。
The room is dead silent for the span of a heartbeat.
なんだ。
Seriously? The same words escape our mouths as we all breathe a simultaneous sigh of relief.
やっぱり噂は噂でしかなかったというか。
それにしてもまさかみんなが怖がってるものの正体がアイシアとはね。恥ずかしいですね。
How did this even happen in the first place? Under what kind of crazy situation would you mistake Isia for a vampire? Her teeth.
きっとご飯をいっぱい食べてるところを見たんじゃないかな。もうルーだったらひどいです。でもよかった。実際ちょっと怖かったし。
Yeah, it really spooked Lucia when we first heard about it.
ちょっとだもん。
It was 3 spooky, 5 her.
ルーシャのちょっとってのがとってもの意味か？
一緒にトイレついていったことも。わあ、アイシュン、それストップ。
In a panic, Lucia rushes to silence Isia. Huh? I had no idea she went to Isia for that.
ともあれ、これで懸案が一つ片付いてほっとしたよ。
騒いでた人たちも安心するといいですね。
ああ、そうだな。アシア、
Why do you have your suitcase with you?
深夜の散歩は楽しいものだが、しばらくはやめておきなさい。
ですね。気をつけます。
ただでさえ可愛い女の子が一人で歩くのは危険なんだ。どうしてもって言うならレンを連れて行きなさい。
それなら私も一緒に。
It'd sort of defeat the point of, the walk if we all went together.
深夜のピクニックになっちゃいますね。
People are easily distracted. Without Isia's nightly wanderings spurring the rumors, interest in the issue will quickly fade. It is, however, still eye-opening to see the whole thing in action. You really have to take rumors with a grain of salt, huh? On the one hand, you have the coffin-dragging, night-roaming monster of the rumors, and on the other hand, you have a giggling, adorable Isia. It would have seemed impossible to make people believe that they were the same person, but a rumor managed exactly that. That is funny, though. That is a funny thought, and a frightening one as well. I think I need to stop a session for today, because I cannot focus.
まだ二人とも寝てるみたいだな。
They were up till morning talking, after all. They'll be sleeping for a while.
本当に姉妹みたいだな。仲がいいのは素晴らしいことだ。
Yes. With slightly narrowed eyes, Colin watches the sleeping pair huddle up against each other.
レオン、帰る前にちょっといいか？
Sure. I follow Colin out of the store. What's the matter? Is there something you don't want the others to hear?
まあ、まだ用心ってレベルの話ではあるんだけど、念のためな。
Colin's serious expression betrays the light tone of her voice. This is probably not that simple.
昨日言ってた騒ぎだけど。
About the vampire, right?
ああ。ちょっと今後も取り扱いには気をつけてほしいんだ。
Oh yeah, you don't want to start a mass panic. Huh? But didn't we already figure it out? It was just Isia wandering around, right?
真実はそうさ。でも、そういう事柄だけを抜き出して、妙なことに利用しようってのはたくさんいる。
Oh, that triggered a flag.
残念な話だけどな。
Right. Fortunately, I have run into very few of those kinds of people. I have heard that people with unusual bodies like me tend to see a good deal more trouble than others.
しばらくは街の中にも変なのがうろうろしてると思った方がいい。特にお前は気を
Oh,
つけて。
because he's human. Oh, are you racist? Are you racist towards humans? No, that is not cool. Okay.
それだけだ。じゃあ、また来るよ。
With those words, Colin takes her leave. This is one of those times when I feel like cursing how plain my body is. I was born without ears of a cat or a dog, or even a tail, and thus possessed only the barest of human functions. Well then, I guess it's time for a grocery run. The puppy yelps from its makeshift doghouse. Yeah, I'll see you later. I don't know if there's anything I can do, but if there is, then I intend to do it, to protect this piece of ours. To protect those near and dear to me. To protect them.
レオンってば。
Well, I believe that was a long enough session for today. Thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment whatever the hell you feel like. I don't give a shit, and I'll see you guys next time.